Hi everyone. Thank you for joining. I think we will have some people joining by YouTube also. Yes, today we will talk about the world of AI. My name is Michael Isaac. I'm the CEO and the founder of Synteda. And I hope you will enjoy this seminar. Yes. Normally, I start with a small survey just to later on to explain why we are doing this. Normally, before going into a meeting, we say, okay, we believe a distribution of gender is something around 50-50, or I believe that much engineers are available, or at least knowing there are lawyers or not. Just a small, simple test that I normally do. And I say, okay, it's 50% that we have gender between men and women, and we have around 88% of people are engineer, and maybe around 33% are lawyers in this meeting. But then we understand this is not even the truth later on. But that is something that I would like to explain and also give you an understanding for what it means using smart algorithms. Yes, we will try to use this to a video of Obama. I hope you can hear it or see it. If you don't, you that are with us, maybe can write in the chat if you don't hear or see it. The video is showing what it is possible to do with deep learning, or which is a part of AI, if we take it like that. And by more or less faking the video, you see that Obama is not even a part of this video. He's more or less not even involved in what's happening. So to the right is the person who's talking on my right, and to the left is data which is collected by Obama from different seminars or talks or whatever it is. And by doing visual and speech in some kind of editing and using deep learning algorithm, it is possible to do kind of fake videos. And the latest here is you don't need that much amount of data as it was before. Now you just need some simple images and you can do even bigger things. Yes, we go to the next video. Next slide, I mean. So my name is Michael Isaac, and my background is, I started pretty early with this. Back then we called this for machine learning, and which is still machine learning. I started around 2000 with the first company where we tried to make decisions for doctors by developing a tool. And that was then. And then I started my PhD at Chalmers together with Halmstad, doing image analysis, more focus on computer vision and machine learning, and trying to recognize people by lip movement, which is a pretty difficult problem using the visual part and the speech part. I have been in this field since then, doing different things, creating a number of companies, also being a part of a number of companies, and also being employed by different bigger companies also. So as an entrepreneur, this is a day of my life, a lot. Yeah, that's how it is, like a train, up and down. Or a track up and down. So sometimes we are excited, it works, and then we say, no, this is really bad, we are bankrupt, or whatever it is. That's how it is. But we always have a smile on our face. That's the most important things. Yes, this is the companies that I have founded, and also in some part being a founder or being a partner or also a shareholder. So I will take the time to talk a little bit more about Synteda. The different companies is a combination between products and also competence type of consultancy, but mostly products in this portfolio. So let me see. So what is Synteda? Synteda was created around 2-3 years ago. It have always been my dream to work with something which is focusing on computer vision and also smart algorithms. That would I'd like to say, or AI as it is today. So we strongly believe that every success starts with a dream, helping bringing this dream to life. So don't stop dreaming. This is our motto. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. So our mission is, as a company, Synteda, to assist companies to embrace the era of data analytics, computer vision, and also AI, and try to take the advantage of the vast possibilities by developing this kind of innovative solutions, trainings, and also being a part of advisory services. Yes. And our core vision is always to be curious on the things that we are doing or creating or being a part of, which is very important for us. One main thing also is the ethical awareness. We always love to be part of the new things, but also try to understand what is the kind of effect this can have. And being a part of the things we are doing, it's not only for the people who's in the management part, it's also developers. So being a part of really participation means that really going from the creating the idea, also ending of delivering this idea. And that's what we are mostly attracted to, persons who really love this and have this core vision. And we do love science. This is our thing, and this is something we cannot be without. As a company in Sweden with headquarters in Gothenburg, we are one of the few that is really focused on this kind of technologies and working with these technologies more or less daily. 70% of all our staff have a PhD in this area, which we are pretty proud of, but it's also showing that we are really into this kind of area, which is more or less the computer vision, data analytics, and data management part, and also AI as a part. Yes, we are located in Gothenburg. We have a small office in Stockholm, and we have a partnership in Poland, which I'm really proud of, and that's something we are taking to the next step also in Krakow. So it's the kind of services that is possible and that we are doing in Synteda. As you see, trainings, end-to-end development, innovation workshop, doing data management, analytics by different tools, and our own developed tools also, and also staff augmentation if necessary, needed for the customer, and doing pre-studies, yes. And one thing that I always love to do is how to understand the data, or try to understand the business, the core business for a customer. This is normally how we do it, or how we want to work with it, try to collect, learn, and try it out, and try to provide a solution that is beneficial for everyone. Yeah, why Synteda? We do work agile in all our kind of way of working. So everything from really creating an idea to talking to a customer, or creating a customer assignment together with a solution, sorry, with the customer. So that's how it is, more or less. Yes, now back to the real thing. What is AI? So AI is something that really is everywhere, more or less, and used everywhere. And I would like to introduce just briefly the things that is happening today and what kind of things that we should know about maybe, and also this just small technical things, so overview of how it is used. So the definition of AI, it's not that complex, to be honest. So looking at the Wikipedia, it's translated to be yeah, intelligent agents, meaning that they can solve different uh, specific problems, as a human do. And Gartner defines it as a possibility how to be able to emulate a human performance. Everything from like learning, doing conclusions or taking decisions, understanding all these kind of things. And that's the explanation about AI. So AI have been, I mean, part of our life for decades. It's nothing new. It's not a revolution. It's evolution, as I normally say. It's it have been like in this field for a while, and I mean, like MIT and IBM showed already 65 that it is possible by doing this kind of smart algorithm solving small problems. But as everyone understands and sees that this AI or understanding of AI came more as a part of the things we are doing 2017 when it Alpha Zero beats AlphaGo, and it was like, yes, this is something that we should be using. And this is not really the true, because when you have the technology, you should also have the other things also as a software. Yes, very well, but you should also have the hardware that can do this, the infrastructure, which was more possible around 2012, I believe, and it's becoming more possible as it is today. When we started our things, we didn't even have the hardware to calculate smaller, simple things. So, but nowadays you can do small, pretty complex things in your mobile. It's not that advanced. Yeah. So normally I like to show this, the interest and the focus in the industry for different fields, and it shows the AI is pretty interesting for most of the companies and also universities. And I normally mention it as a hockey stick. So you see that around 2012 and 2017, it's really took off, and it's really taking off also. Just small statistics, what's happening, and who is leading in this patent race. I think still IBM is one of the strongest. So how is what is it we are doing, and how are we using AI in our daily life today? So as an example, an image, we see it somewhere and we say, yes, this is, we believe it's this kind of hermantropsis or whatever it is. And the computer will tell us, yeah, it's correct. This is really this one. Or if it is now claimant tortoise is instead, then we say, yes, it's correct. Yes, we are happy. This is a Swedish known artist, Gisle. So if we ask the phone, is it me or not? It will say, no, it's not me, at least not me. As a example, we talk about loan application for banks. The first screening is done by this kind of smart system telling, yeah, this is enough data for us to say yes or no to go on to the next step or phase of the loan. Yeah, as I believe many of you already know all kind of data that is available about everything that we are doing online on the internet. It's saved and it is used in advertisement for helping us or simplifying the life of the things we are doing. Speech, yeah, Google Home, Siri, and also in automotive that is now really taking off, and it is really being used everywhere. So maybe not fully used, but partly in some cases, yes. OCR, which is the optical character recognition, used to recognize the characters in the image or whatever it is. So it's possible for us who don't understand a specific language, maybe we can get help of this, and that's what's happening. We are using it to get some help and simplify our life even more. Another example that normally I take and also look into is a recommendation system that is used by the different, I mean, now I mentioned Netflix, but we have Viaplay, we have all this kind of online or streaming. So by getting ranking means that it can be where you are living or who is watching and which age or this kind of decision or this kind of features that are used to show you a recommendation. So if you have a profile as a kid or all adult or whatever it is, then you get a recommendation. If it is geographically in Sweden, Partille, Sävedalen, then you know that, okay, this is something that your neighbors are watching or is recommended to watch. It is not that difficult, even though I have not been programming since maybe 5-6 years back, really programming. So it is not that difficult to look into it. Yeah, so you have the data about it and what is the relevant information that you can use, and taking that, it will help you to use this data in a kind of to train, learn, or classify your system. This is a little bit about the smart algorithm that you are using. So if we know that, okay, we have this training class, then you know, okay, the next coming video or the next person that is coming, we should show at least, okay, this is the video he should look at because it is pretty high score that he is close to this kind of neighboring class. So sorry, this is more technical, but it is simply about to understand which videos are most interesting for this specific person. And that's normally how you define the different classes and also define the new coming class. So as an example, you put in the video that you would like to watch, and after putting in the video, you will see that you will get this kind of ranking. And the ranking is according to 1 to 12 as it is here, and you see to the right, so it will give you Born Ultimate from 2007, and the distance here shows 0.4 means that this is the highest value, which means this is the closest ranking video to the what you have been written or as an input, so as a ranking system. And we I did a small test for castles here in Sweden, which castle is ranked highest by simply taking this kind of data from Wikipedia and see, yeah. Normally we looked at geographically where it is closest to me, and then you take it as a feature and you rank it accordingly. And one possible way can be also to see a number of visitors. You maybe can add the comments or the reviews of this castle, and you can also rank it accordingly. So this is also a possibility. So what is AI, or how does it work? It's simply, if we really simplify it very much, so it's about what you take in as an input data, which I will explain a little bit, and what you get out by doing some kind of function or functionality, mathematics, more analytics, and get out some information, a decision mostly. And by this, we normally say if your input is good enough, then you will have a very good output for sure, a good decision, something that you like. But if your input is shit in, then you will get shit out. And this is a little bit also the drawback of machine learning, really. So if you don't have enough data, and if you have not collected right data, or it's not really uh, you don't have the quality of the data, then you will not have this good enough decisions. And this is very important. So what is data? Normally we talk about data as numbers. It can be everything. And when you look at the numbers, you should at least process it and understand what is it you want to do with it, or at least understand what kind of business case you want to solve. And from that, processing it, you will get some information about it. Okay, this is the information that I have, which means also this is the data I want to be using. So normally we talk about, okay, so we have this information or data. What is it? Or it answered the question, what? And the next step is, okay, what kind of knowledge can we get out from the data? Which is, you ask yourself, why do we want to use this information or data? And this is the knowledge, at least. And the last part, which is the top of the pyramid, is the what kind of decision you will take, and this is the action you are doing. And this is an easy way to understand, okay, what kind of data do I have, and what do we know about it, and what is the decision we would like to have from this kind of data. Computer vision is one of the most important parts in AI, or if you say experts in AI. This is the main sensor to understand images. And now, normally for all kind of things we are doing, we are using more or less maybe 60-70% is computer vision, images, to understand images, and from the images try and take out some kind of decisions. That's why computer vision is pretty important, and I will give some examples of that. Yes, just to go back to the survey that I did in the beginning, because I didn't have enough information about the audience, I took wrong decision, and that's the main problem. So if I had right information, I could also know more. By knowing more, then I will take a right decision. So this is concluding my first survey. So I was wrong, or at least we don't know yet. Yes. So computer vision, yes. So about machine learning process, normally if you have this is a slide that I like very much, and it's about, okay, understanding your data, which we was talking about, processing it in relevant information so you can be reusing it at least. And after that, you put it into a machine or a system or an algorithm that are doing all this kind of information, processing information, and taking out the right decision for you, so you can apply it for your business or for your application. In earlier, uh, say 50 years ago, what we did was like, if we put in an image into a machine, we really did all kind of pre-processing, post-processing, all kind of thinking, extracting right features to be able to use right classifier to understand, okay, this classifier will give us this decision. But nowadays you don't really need to do that, because your image is, that's the enough. So what you are doing, you are just processing this image, so you know that this is the image that is I would like to use, and the next step, the machine learning or the AI will do it for you, or the deep learning systems are really doing all this kind of feature extraction for you. It takes more, I mean, it's more complex, yes, but you don't need to do it handmade, which we did earlier. This is, yes, both positive and negative, but it's mostly positive because you can just put all kind of data, and today we do have a lot of data, so that's good enough to be used for detection or recognition of people or whatever it is. So normally when we talk about machine learning processes, it's different. It can be supervised learning, which is label data. You know about the data and you can predict your outcome and feature in future. Yes, direct feedback. Unsupervised, you just let it go. You really don't know much about the data is coming in. It will try to find you the best fitted model for it. And reinforced learning, which is, taking using more reward system, learning the system by itself. It learns this is right, this is wrong. Yes. So as an example, if we take supervised, is that okay, this is your label data. It's a cat, a number of cats, and the machine. And next time when you give it training data as dogs or whatever it is, so it will say this is not a cat. Everything else than a cat. So simply just a simple classification problem. By saying yes or no to a specific image. Unsupervised is more advanced. It will try to find by itself from the data that is collected some kind of specific features that is unique if we take for the dog, and try to cluster it or classify it as a group of as a group labeled as a dog or labeled as a cat. And next time when you give it for a test, then it will tell you, okay, this is an image that is similar to group 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it is, if it's a dog or cat or rat or whatever it is. Yes, reinforced learning process, simply about, trying to understand, okay, if we take this action or decision, by knowing that this decision will give us this kind of reward, you better, if you get high reward, then it's better, then you have done a good thing in the system. Then the algorithm learns, okay, this is well, then should continue like this. When do we use this? This is when you don't have enough data, you can simulate it, yes, in a way where you can use this in an easy way. So RNN, as it's called, it is used, but mostly for the computer vision, we do use CNN, which is widely known also. Yeah, just also terminologies about passive, active learning. Something that I like to take up normally is what is it inspired from the deep learning or the thinking of AI in general. It is from the human mind. So as a human, we do have in our brains. It's pretty easy. We do our brain activates different cells by synopsis, sending different signals to different cells, and it will start kind of creating a pattern, yes, in the mind. So if we look at a cell, so in the cell, you see, we try to solve it by the mathematics, telling it, okay, if we get information x1, x2, or x3, which is the data, then we should take a decision, yes or no, just simplifying it very much. So if we say yes, then it goes to the next cell, inform it that this is the you should activate yourself or not, and this is the pattern that it creates. For simply, if I want to say a word, or I'm seeing an image or whatever it is, that's how the mind is working, and that's what uh, deep mind is trying to emulate or trying to do. So normally, if we send in images, my own image or whatever it is, we set this kind of data, which is pretty large. In this, if we say as this is CNN, so it will try to create its own pattern in a simple way. And from this pattern, it will give us a decision saying it can be labeled or not. So it says, yeah, this is Michael, or this is not Michael, it's someone else. Uh, Normally in CNN or neural networks, we talk about first trying to extract information from an image, and from this image trying to doing kind of convolution, which means that we filter it. By filtering it, we get out extracting a number of features, and these features are then pulled out, or it's called pooling. So you can decrease the number of the data or the features that can be used in the CNN system. So it's an easy way to not overload the system by just sending in an image. So you do some kind of extraction, and from extraction try to uh, filter it first in some kind of different filters to take out the relevant information, and try then to reduce the number of size of the feature. The main problem, or it's not the main problem, but the idea behind deep learning or AI or all kind of this system is that you just simply send in data to the system, and the system will solve it for you. And by doing it, it will take a lot of energy or capacity of the hardware if we just send in raw data without knowing what it is. So this is an example of an A. So what an how a system would see it is some kind of, you see to the right here, different edges, and this is an extraction feature, an example of a feature extraction, and by this it will create a pattern. The CNN or the uh, deep learning system will create a pattern that this is equal to a, and that it will tell us, yes, this is unique, and with the highest rate, it will give us this is an A or something else. So, as an example from the AI we are doing using in our daily basis is, as an example, Instagram, I think it is. Yes. So you send in an image, and the image you can convert it, or you can try to get out different things, change your hair color, you can change your age, you can, yeah, it's pretty, or your eyes even, I think it is, yes. So this is all kind of data that it is I mean, it learned earlier and knows how it looks like. And when you send in a new image, it will tell you with higher rate that this is a possibility that it should be looking something like that. Yes. So AI in tourism. So Resia is one of the companies that on their webpage they are saying we are using intelligent travel destinations. So it means that me as a person living in Gothenburg, I want to travel somewhere spontaneously, maybe. I enter and it will recommend that you should go there. Amelia is used at or in SCB as a shotbot. I think she's getting more clever today. She was able to answer 1,000 questions, but she's still learning, I think. Another one is AI used in Industry 4.0, which is yeah, this is an example from a researcher that I just took because I like it. So to the left we have this guy with the yellow helmet, and to the right is a internship guy with the white helmet, but it is pretty digital and it will help him to understand this faster. So this is a possibility of using it. So here they are showing that your experience can be used in real time, and it is easy to solve the problem when you know when you can use this kind of technology. AI for energy saving, specific, talking more in Sweden, smart homes. It is uh, widely used now, so you can really in real time understand what's happening and why is it like that, and create kind of history, and also trying to predict this coming seasons or whatever it is. Uh, at Synteda, we created this platform which helps with focus on real estate, helping real estate to understand how is the flow or the movement in different spaces and how it is used today. So this is a problem today because they don't have any fact on how it looks like. So by biometrics, we are able to deliver this kind of data and also predict how the flow can look like for a real estate with a big space that is not used, or maybe it's used, but you don't know exactly where people are spending most of their time. The next one is AI in medicine is becoming more and more, and this is not a new problem. This is pretty old solution or problem that have been solved earlier. But earlier it was when using computer vision, you really made handmade feature extraction. You really took the image and try to understand from the image exactly what is it you want. But nowadays you don't really need to do that. You let the system do it for you. So you just put in enough data to the system and the data will give you the decision you would like to see, or yeah, at least what you want to see. So that's the benefit that you have today, and it is widely used nowadays. So because they have enough of data, hopefully enough of data, they can take out the real decision. So we have created also this is a platform from Synteda, but its own company now, for specifically hospitality, understanding the behavior of the guests when coming, going out, checking in, checking out, making different orders, and this will help the owner of, as an example, hotel to understand, okay, this guest would like to have this, and give them the right service to increase even the revenue for the company, but also planning the resources in the right way. The other one, sorry, yes, AI for customer behavior. This is nothing new. I mean, it's used by mostly Google and Amazon and all these kind of big companies, which is building the infrastructure for us. it simplify a lot for us as humans and also as a user, but it also takes a lot of information that it's necessary to be used to take right decision, or at least create right decisions. This is a company that also from Synteda, we acquired this company, Sematic, and it comes from research, more than 8 years of research. It is a test platform that helps testers to do manual tests or more automatic tests on the GUI, on web, on all kind of web interface in an easy way. And this is not an easy problem, and this is not unique, but the uniqueness here is that this system also learns the test behavior. In future, we would like also to solve the problem of suggesting new tests, the behavior coming, looking at the behavior from the test and also suggesting new tests that can be even possible to develop. Yeah, AI in agriculture, it's really developed and it's going forward. As an example, course recognition that I'm part of, looking at satellite images, also again, computer vision, and trying to understand that in a smart way by just sending in data and taking out right decision. In education, also being something new happening, not recently, but it's something that it will be coming more and more, and we will see it more and more for sure. So if you can adapt your learning to a specific person or profile in a class of 30 persons, it's pretty big, because one teacher will not be able to do it, but the system will be able to perform 30 different profiles in one computer. So that's the main difference. In industry, it's happening and it will happen, and it becomes more and more. We see it in energy saving, self-driving cars and all these kind of things. In supply chain, mostly also. Yeah, this is just an overview of the companies that is today available, and it becomes more and more also there. So AI is becoming as a infrastructure, is not a tool anymore. It's more something that you are in need of to be in the next phase of development. If you take it, you can see it as the next internet, which a lot of people are saying it or defining it. So it's happening now, and it is not more complex than what you would like to have it be. So in Synteda, we have just a small available handbook for you if you would like to download and just learn this simple terminologies about different things in AI that is used. And yeah, you just go in and you can download it for free. If you would like to hear more about our seminars and coming seminars, and also we are also inviting different professors, researchers in this area, then you are more than welcome to also sign up. We have introduced courses or trainings for managers and developers containing different parts for learning more about AI. So I will conclude my presentation with these nice words. So I didn't really focus that much about the drawbacks of AI, but in my next seminar, I will really talk a little bit more about the drawbacks and not only the positive things with the AI. Concluding the presentation, machines has calculations. They do, and they will always do. this kind of magnificent calculation that persons or human will not be able to do, but we do have an understanding. And this, I would like also to say, this is Gary Kasparov's words from the TED Talk, which I really loved. This is after, I think, when the machine won sometime in chess, and he tried to collaborate with the machine, and this is his experience from collaborating with machines and being as a winning guy, but now with the help of a computer. So the words saying again, machines has instructions. You do give them instructions, but we as a human do have a purpose of why we want to do this. Machines has objectives, solving specific things, but we do have the passion, or I would like to say more a dream. So we should not stop dreaming, and we should always dream big. So having a machine helping out and simplify the life, this is how it should be. So thank you very much. Take care. Be in contact with us if you would like to ask any question. Info
Yeah.
at synteda.com. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye
Thank
bye.